Hearty Grassroots Rugby now taking you to Campbell Park in Morrinsville. Jake O'Flaherty here in the town the Prime Minister calls home, and the park in which famous All Black Don Clark's ashes are scattered for a match in the Waikato Rugby under 85kg division. Morrinsville Sports versus Waikato University. Right, a big game ahead of you today. What's the culture like within the team?
Oh yeah, we've got a good culture. Good bunch of fellas that work hard together. We enjoy being around each other on field and off field, which definitely helps. It's been around for a long time now, since 85 started, so come and add a bit of value over the last 2 years as a coach. And hey, to be fair, it's pretty easy for me, so can't complain.
And a big game today, of course. Uni, you've had the upper hand over them for the start of the season.
Yeah.
What's the mentality going into this game?
Just keeping our processes right and making sure we don't drop down to a level. We've actually been building over the last few weeks, so as long as we keep doing that, I think we'll be fine come semis and finals time.
And any stars?
You got a few. The whole team's pretty good, so don't want to point anyone out. The whole team's pretty handy, so working as a group, that's what it's all about.
Good luck.
Awesome, thank you very much. Yep.
Campbell Park in Morrinsville playing host to this penultimate round of Waikato Rugby under 85kg's division here. Morrinsville and visitors University. Liam Hines to blow the whistle, and Michael Hollier, the captain, gets us underway. Safely taken by this Morrinsville setup. A dominant team in this competition and have been for a number of years. Last time University took the spoils against this team was a number of years ago now. Morrinsville Sports clear off the right boot, and Jack Clark loses it forward and into touch. They get the option of the scrum or line out, will Morrinsville Sports. Arnold Atkinson, the man to throw it. Looking to get some spoils early, the Morrinsville team, stolen by Josh Devlin, and he runs it into touch against his will. So another line out just a few metres back. Arnold Atkinson to throw it again. To the back they go. Stagnant at the moment, but move at the end to Morrinsville Sports. Bryce Taylor feeding it to the backs, West, and getting it through the hands. Gary Mills, and now way out on the far side, the left-hand winger. Detroit Tamanui puts the chip kick in. The chase is good. It'll be forced down by Zach Miller of University. .22 is what we'll have. Last week, University losing by default against Hamilton Marist. Their last match they did play, 69-0 against Melville, going down at Collins Road. Last week, Morrinsville Sports taking the cake against Fraser Tech, 43-18. Morrinsville failed to get it from the 22, and University have the possession. Fowler. Casey Smith lets the ball bounce in the pass, does Marlon Govender. Approaching the 3-minute mark in the game so far. No real chance for attack other than a slight break from the Morrinsville team in the first minute. Smith using his forwards. Big hits by Morrinsville. They've come to play University, however, despite their lack of results this year. The cameras are out today for them. Reece Gillingham takes it forward, and now Zach Miller on the offload onto the 10-metre line. Now go University. Wayward pass picked up on the far side. Casey Smith again, using those forwards. Not yet penetrating into the half where they want to be. Josh Devlin loses it backwards. Fowler wanted it. He doesn't get it. Hollier feeding to the backs now. Shane Cappy, the oldest member of the team. Shane Cappy of University. On the back foot, University. Low now. Here goes Justin Fowler. Holding steady. The Morrinsville Sports defence. Certainly a fit team. Early pre-season starts for the Morrinsville under 85 kg team. Hollier, Cappy, throwing it to Petty, and Craig Nelder on this near side. Bumps off. Big Tom Vincent. Devlin rumbling forward, slightly taken round the neck, but play on, says the referee, Liam Hines. Five minutes gone so far in the game. Wayward pass too high again, goes through the hands of Justin Fowler. They keep the possession to University, but the counter-ruck in the strip has come from Morrinsville Sports, and now they get a chance to attack. Tom Vincent, advantage for offside. Devlin got a flyer. Ball lost backwards. The penalty will come as well. Liam Hines says offside against the Uni hooker. And so decisions to be made by this Morrinsville team. Set piece opportunity to the back. They try to throw it to Sean Johnson, but the free kick comes nonetheless, so they escape that one to Morrinsville. And a good old-fashioned tap and run is what Bryce Taylor wants to do. Told by the skipper to take the scrum nonetheless. First scrum of the game, quick calls by Liam Hines, and Bryce Taylor puts it in. Dominant at the scrum are Morrinsville Sports on this right-hand wing. The flag's up by Kevin Cowley, the assistant referee. Nate Tuira could not get the spoils. But confusion on who's to take it. Devlin gets his hands on the pill at the end of it. Short they go. It's loose ball. Arnold Atkinson tries to grab it and into touch yet again. Lost forward from the line out, the referee says so. A scrum to University. A more stable platform to get out of this area of the field. Feeds the scrum. The shunt comes pretty early from Morrinsville, and yet another reset we'll have. After a couple of resets, we get down to it again here. Scrum for Uni, taken off the back by Zach Miller. And Michael Hollier at the back, screaming for it now. Uses the left foot and straight to the hands of Nate Tuira. Almost scored a try just before. Nate Tuira. Roberts, 34 years of age. Sean Roberts got some golden oldies, almost wearing the purple shorts, I should say, in this team, Morrinsville Sports. West through the hands, Mills and into McClelland. Just on that 22-metre line, Morrinsville are. Advantage comes by the referee. Bryce Taylor shapes and goes himself. No score as of yet so far in this game. 10 minutes gone. Morrinsville sitting second on the table. University second to last. But it's tight here at Campbell Park. Gary Mills. Oh, here he goes. He makes a break. Gary Mills assisting in the coaching today. West coming in on a slight angle and getting pretty close is Ethan West. Cranenberg. Now on the charge they go again. Townsend. He's held up. He's gone too high. Scragged to ground in the end. Lucky to get out of that one and not shape the maul with University. Sean Johnson. Now they feed it to the backs, outside, inside. McClelland finding some support. The penalty comes and they get out of jail. Side entry was the call by the referee. And on attack like that, denying University the chance for any contest at the breakdown. Penalty comes and University will clear. Relieving kick there by University. Devlin to throw it. Goes up to the tall timber, but they can't take it down. So Morrinsville will get the possession from the line out. Messy play by University. The simple stuff not getting done. Looking full of charge, full of energy at the moment, Morrinsville. Advantage comes though. Lost forward. So right where they get their chance, their energy's high. Deflated straight away like a pop of balloon. University can take it quick. Slapping tackle. And penalty comes to University. Hands in the ruck. He's getting a bit too excited, the referee, to give a penalty to Morrinsville, realising he had the arm out the wrong way, and Hollier will clear it again. Big kick. We'll have a line out around 54 metres from the try line where they want to dot it down, University. Goes up, and this time comes down for University. Hollier finding some forwards to do the muscle work in the midfield. Andrew Simmons there. Now Smith. Hollier again puts it on the toe. Deflects off the Morrinsville player and lost forward by Morrinsville as well. So playing with some security at the moment are University. Backs screaming orders to the players. Lost forward. We'll come back to the first one against Morrinsville Sports. Uni on the back foot at scrum time and lose it forward as well. Yet to see some flair in this game so far, and some continuity of play as well. Both teams guilty of handling errors, silly mistakes, hard ground to play on as well. A fairly wet and soggy one this time of the year, always heavy. Taylor puts it in, whack on the back does Tom Vincent. They feed it to the backs, McClelland, and it's Tuira who has some space, puts it on the toe. McClelland's chasing. The ball's loose, but forced by Jack Clark. And finally Morrinsville can string together something which puts them near the line. Carried back as well, so Morrinsville Sports, they'll have the opportunity for a set piece attack right next to the line. Well, here you go, Morrinsville. Feeding the scrum is Bryce Taylor. Gets it off. Early break by University. The arms out by the referee. Gary Mills firing it to the back, so they're going to go all the way. They may well do. Detroit Tamanui claps in the grandstand. And the opening try, Detroit Tamanui. You see on the wet and forget replay as he gets claps from his teammates from the scrum. Just drawing it wide, creating some good gaps, some good width. And Detroit Tamanui on the end of a good passing try there by the backline of Morrinsville Sports. Way out wide, right, as that part of the field slopes down. So a very hard kick, specifically from that area. Morrinsville Sports leading at 17 minutes, 5 points to 0. Family of Josh Jevlin shown on the screen there. Coming out to support him, the schoolboy. Hollier puts it into the clouds and comes down to Tom Vincent. Taking both kickoffs today is Tom Vincent. Committing players to the breakdown. Both teams wanting a contest here today. Tight match approaching this quarter mark of the game. 5-0 to Morrinsville Sports. Big kick there by the men in blue as well. Jack Clark, the man to do something with it. Puts it on the toe. It goes up, but it's still inside 30-odd metres from the line. So a chance for Morrinsville Sports. Around the mulberry bush goes Gary Mills, the captain. Far side of the field, Taylor finding some wise men to rumble it forward with the 100 on the back. Simon Sear this time. Penalty advantage is what Morrinsville Sports has with them. Jaded Ardle Atkinson running it forward. The commands yelling from the coaching staff in the grandstand, and it's going to be too easy for Ash Townsend. Well, not quite. He took it too lightly, did Ash Townsend. They'll need to shape it up again here with Morrinsville Sports. Cranenberg takes that one. Vincent gets an immoral pass from the ruck. Setting again. Running forward is Rhodes. And pick and drive. Well, it's a field that you'll see a lot of this play on. Picking and going. A heavy pitch. Taylor to Mills, and the skipper gets a try here on his home turf. The prop in the making, as his players around him like to call him, gets a try on number 1 on Campbell Park. You'll see it on the wet and forget replay. He'll be happy with that and watch it on his TV screen at home. Leading by example, Gary Mills dotting the ball down in his 50th game. Gary Mills gets the chance now to add the extras on top of his try. His second try for the team. Puts it up. And it's through the posts. So Gary Mills adds the extras on top of his try, which draws it out now to 12 points to 0. Looking a little tired at the moment. University conceding 2 tries, 12-0. The score, 22 and a half minutes gone. Not wanting a blowout. The team in black and gold. Hollier to get us underway again. Morrinsville safely take it, and they want to run it. Tom Vincent trying to roll, get that extra metre, something that's coached quite prevalently. Jacob McClelland on the toe goes Detroit Tamanui, and Jack Clark at the back. He tries to have a run as well. Doesn't prevail, and the advantage comes. The penalty as well. Holding on. Wow, great turnover play by Morrinsville Sports. Noticing the player was isolated. Ethan West puts it on the hill. Caleb Rollerson, the 15-year-old assistant referee on the far side, puts his flag up and we'll have a line out. Arnold Atkinson to throw it. Dummy jump, it goes to the back, and Sean Johnson. Rumbling maul is what they're going to want to set. It's collapsed though by University. Another maul mounted. Not what they would have wanted from that. Gone too high, manages to get the ball down and escape the turnover. Morrinsville Sports are feeding it again to the backs. Loose ball, but it may well work out for them. Mills offloads the ball, and Detroit Tamanui in his 6th game is on the end of a great offload. Throws the ball away. You see on the wet and forget replay. Stable platform, pass past the loose ball. Lost forward there, well, lost backwards I should say, but manages to create the gap. Great offload there by the skipper. And Detroit Tamanui gets the spoils. Well, Mills does his half squat. Approaches the ball. Heavy ground, a hard ground to kick in. The flags are up nonetheless. So Gary Mills converts, adds the extras. And Morrinsville Sports now leading by 19 points to 0. Hollier again goes to the other side of the field. Arnold Atkinson smoked in a tackle. Vincent on the charge. Good support, Morrinsville Sports, not committing anyone to the ruck. University now flinging it wide through McClelland. Ash Townsend getting it to the wing. Tui ruck. Again, no one committing to the breakdown. Wanting more players on defence. Big hit, leading with that shoulder, wrapping the arms, Josh Devlin. Simon Sear now, one of the oldest and most wisest players in this team. Simon Sear, the number 6 with the number 100 on his back. Jack Clark straight through the hands. Can't take it, but gets it on the bounce and pumps it back in the direction of Morrinsville Sports. Tamanui finds some space to work with, and that's a good kick, which will put them in a good place to defend against this University team and put some pressure on them. Devlin throws it, goes down to Simmons. Smith to Hollier to clear. Loose again, and it's called knock on. In a forward's direction, says the referee, so scrum time we will have. Approaching that half an hour mark in the game. The shunt comes on from Morrinsville Sports. They win the turnover, get a tight head, and on that left-hand side of the field, not afraid of contact is Detroit Tamanui, putting all of himself into that one. Forwards carrying it through. Out to the backs, Ash Townsend with the ball. McClelland, Jake McClelland. Now it's into Nate Tuira. Slipping and sliding. The varsity defence. And Hollier wins the turnover. He's quick. Despite falling over afterwards, wins the turnover. Well, both teams can see the jackal is going to be called quickly by the referee so far in the game. Something that's been seen quite quickly, so both teams have to adapt to it. Both have to see that it's not going to take long to win the turnover. Get in quick, put your hands on it, and you'll get the penalty. Devlin puts it in. Simmons flicks it down his way, but Morrinsville Sports lose it as well. Finally gets set, both teams. Shunt yet again by Morrinsville. They'll win the penalty as well. Folding under the pressure, says Liam Hines, and so a chance to pump it into the red zone and put some pressure on this varsity outfit. West does so, the first 5/8. They'll look to mount a maul. Well, Morrinsville Sports throwing it in was Jaden Arnold-Atkinson. They do that same maul. The advantage comes. Players in the side, I believe. Barry Rhodes holds it at the back. In fact, it's Simon Sear, who's scored many tries in his career with this 85's team so far. Can he get another today? Penalty comes, blowing his whistle. The referee, entry incorrected at the maul. And they'll scrum it. Well, Morrinsville get the put into the scrum, a dominant scrum they've showed all throughout the game so far. As we approach the halfway mark in this match, Taylor feeds it to West and they'll run some angles here. Ash Townsend, the man to do it, keeping that same way. Lost forward by Ethan West. The penalty comes, however. A lot of penalties so far in this game by Liam Hines, and you'd imagine yellow card material will pop up very shortly. Kids enjoying the mud, playing a bit of footy in the morning, keeping the jersey on to come out and support the seniors. Morrinsville through Bryce Taylor, get the ball into the scrum. They're trying to muscle it. Tom Vincent off the back. He'll go himself. Can't get over the line. They are close. No knock on, says the referee. Inching ever closer to this line, the Morrinsville 85's team. This time, Sean Roberts muscling his way. West gets it to the wider backs and McClellan's a part of it. Gets the offload away. Ash Townsend concedes the penalty. Head high tackle. Well, McClellan did well to get that ball away to Townsend. I'll have another scrum when Morrinsville are looking to score some tries and get their mugs on TV. Well, a number of scrums in this area of the field. Morrinsville have had patience from this team. Gary Mills, oh, if he's going to do it again. The skipper, once again, goes in over the chalk, knots the ball down, under the horns, smiles all round. You'll see it on the wet and forget replay. Well, just before this, they had a number of scrums on this 5 metre line. This time, finally getting the rewards were wanting, I should say. Look on the wet and forget replay from the scrum, through the hands and running the right angles into the right spaces. Gary Mills picking up another try in this match, a second in the game so far. Well, puts it through the sticks, does Gary Mills, so he's racking up some points for himself now. 14 to his tally, 26 plays nil. Morrinsville Sports leading University. Well, lacking a lot of energy and enthusiasm, you might say, about University at the moment. Down by 26-0 after being 0-all at the 10-minute mark. Held on for a bit. Now starting to lose the rag. Morrinsville Sports through West. Now McClellan will drop it on his right foot. Jack Clark tries to stop it with his foot. Goes straight through him like a hot curry. Smith has to commit himself to the ruck there. The halfback. Morrinsville too prevalent. Yelling and screaming. Finally getting the ball out through Bradford. Advantage is out by Liam Hines. A lot of penalties in this game so far. Approaching half-time. Penalty comes to University. Under a minute to go, you would expect. Just looking to slow it down, take a breath and then take the tap. University. Running it to ground. Taxi is the call, so they look to shift it. Cappy, Perry, Clark with a good offload out on the right wing. Big hit there by Morrinsville Sports though. Right wing University get a whiff, they get the possession and look to have some fun. Morrinsville Sports are there to deflate it. Smith through the hands again, finds the grass instead. And Liam Hines saves hands in the ruck against Morrinsville Sports. Quick tap and go there by Zach Miller. Lost forward though. And with that, it's half time, so the score 26-0 after the first 40. Morrinsville Sports leading University. And that also makes half-time as well. So the boys will have a huddle, have a break, have an orange, and get set for the second half. Second half to get underway. Liam Hines blows the whistle, and West puts boot to ball. Comes back the way of Morrinsville Sports, and Tom Vincent's there to pick it up. Mounting the maul, looking for a turnover. University, if they can hang on, they can't do so. Rumbling it forward now, Morrinsville through the forwards. Big hit against Western Cranenburg. Ball's loose and Nate Tuira been playing with some good flair so far in the game, Nate Tuira. Far side of the field, they'll work it. Tom Vincent looking like the honey badger. Can't link up. The ball goes to ground. In fact, it was a forward pass, so we'll have the first scrum of the second half. Sun shining through the clouds onto the scrum now. Not happy with the angle of the two front rowers on this side, Western Cranenburg and Justin Fowler. Finally gets it in, does Casey Smith. Although it squirts out the side, he doesn't want it. Ends up in touch as well. Arnold Atkinson to throw it. Up goes Simmons and disrupts it. So comes down the side of University, but scrambled upon was Tom Vincent. Morrinsville Sports will go again. Held up and stripped away. Good penalty there by the referee. Didn't release the player when his knees hit the deck. Straightforward stuff. Right in front of the sticks. They want to have a run though. West looking for some territory inside this red zone. A raft of players in the back line ahead of the line out. Gone to a shorter amount of players, but not straight, is the call by Liam Hines. So an opportunity missed by Morrinsville Sports. Staying at home next week against Te Awamutu, although they have defaulted already, so they'll get the 5 points from it, Morrinsville Sports, and head to the semis. Off the back goes Zach Miller. Advantage is out by the referee. Inch by inch, the mentality from University. This time they'll get a bit more than an inch. The penalty comes and a chance to clear out of this area of the field. Keeps it in miraculously. And Morrinsville Sports now have the chance to run. Gary Mills, he's scored 2 times already. Michael Holly is going to have to scramble upon it. He doesn't do so, and Morrinsville Sports have the pill. 2 knock-ons, and well, a piece of excitement in this game. Closed out quite quickly with 2 knock-ons, and we'll have a scrum. Firstly by University. Feeds the scrum. Stable platform for Bryce Taylor to give it to his backs, and running lines, running hoops around this University team. First phase from the scrum, now shifting it to Tom Vincent. Screams and yells coming from all over the show, managing to hold on to the ball. Quietening down now, Morrinsville. Maybe using the forwards. In fact, they want to look to use their backs. Greatly picked up there. Tip-top catch by the skipper. Wayward pass and into the hands of Abe Chapman. Casey Smith puts it to Hollier. The charge down comes. Everyone's on side after the charge down, so greatly snuffed up there by Devlin. And the call, Devlin save the day, rings around the grandstand as well. Great play there by Detroit Tamanui. Keeping the ball alive. Playing rugby is what they want to do. Spin the ball. Morrinsville Sports. Simon Sear in the midfield. Scragged away. And Devlin held up, and the maul is called by the referee. Escaping was Reece Gillingham. Chip kick through there. The varsity attack. Give it away to Morrinsville. Johnson. Bryce Taylor trying to fling it, but lost forward there by Sia. So chance for a breather. Time is off as well. Looks like one of the backs needs their makeup touched up. Finally back underway here at Campbell Park. Quick ball to the back. Zach Miller takes it off the top and charges into Ethan West. Penley coming, holding on. Well, it's quick for both teams. The turnovers coming pretty quickly in the Jackal situation. Some Thames Valley supporters in the crowd today. Lucas MacGyver, the manager of the Valley team, also the manager of this team, the Morrinsville Sports as well. What a maul this is by Morrinsville. And the arms in the air. Well, Fords fans all over the show will be happy with that. You'll see on the Wet and Forget replay from the line out. Mount the maul, and just the power of the legs. Leg days paying off for Morrinsville Sports in the gym. And that try is the proof of it. Morrinsville Sports get the try. And it's Max Tissing who will get his name in the paper tomorrow. The man they call as majestic as a Pukeko gets 5 points for his team. Mills, well, he's earning his title today. Conversion taken from the sloping side of Campbell Park, unsuccessful. 31-0. University kicking off and down the throat yet again of Tom Vincent, running it forward. Lobbing the ball off now to Arnold Atkinson. Taylor again to West. And deep he goes. Zach Miller can't keep it in his hands, but goes backwards nonetheless. Draws the defender. And here goes Milan Govender. He can't link up. And the ball's gone out, so they'll have the throw in nonetheless, and they'll play on, says the referee. So here's a chance through Cappy. Now Xavier Perry doesn't look when he passes it. And the simple stuff just not being shown by University. No look when he passed, which sees the ball go to the grass rather than the hands. Jacob Williams told to take his pants off. Not allowed to wear the skins. Well, this is a sight to see. He's told to strip down right in front of the grandstand. He gets a rousing applause. It's Jacob Williams. Well, the wives and girlfriends certainly excited to see that. Make a note of that. That's outstanding. And he gets a good clap for coming back to the plate as well, Jacob Williams. Cadence called by the referee. Bryce Taylor will get us back underway. Feeds the scrum, goes down. We're going to have a reset. Not wanting to play away from it. Thank you. Bryce Taylor puts it into the scrum and gets it away. Gary Mills on the charge. Not afraid of a bit of contact, Gary Mills. Simon Sia now. Trying to get that contact up. University, keep it high. Try and force the maul and get the turnover. Governor. Nicely taken. Suns in the opposite direction. So no excuses there. Makes a few metres in the process. Substitutions coming on for Morrinsville. Dan Dowell will come on to make his 38th appearance in this team. And he'll replace Bryce Taylor at number 9. So Dowell will get his duty straight away to feed it to the scrum. Gary Mills running the decoy and running it wide now. McClelland. Good dummy into the hands of the winger and lost pretty soon after. A little bit of scrag to the ground. Bit of frustration after losing the ball forward from Detroit Tamanui. $31-0 still the score. 18 gone in the second half. Almost a quarter to go in the game. Gets it in the end. Quickly blown up. Shunt coming in by Morrinsville. I've been doing this all day. Shifted to the blind side flank. The number 8, Zach Miller. Advantage out for varsity. Cappy through the hands to Xavier Petty. Loses it backwards, so advantage is naught and will come back for the penalty. Tap and go. They'll have a crack. This varsity team smoked in a tackle. You hear that from the last row of the grandstand. Uni again. Peters throws it to Hollier. Williams. A long way out. University. But that won't stop them. Taking it to contact. Trying to, oh, there's a charge down there by Morrinsville Sports, so they can pick it up. They might score a try here. Gary Mills, well, appropriate. He's the man to pick it. But held up by the Uni boys. Well, it came out of nowhere. Charge down and Gary Mills. Who else? Well, here's a real chance for Morrinsville Sports to have a good attack. Dole, in his 38th fixture for the team, gets it in. Lost forward, though, by Tom Vincent. Well, simple stuff. Free kick straight away at scrum time against Morrinsville Sports. They've been pushing the boundaries all day at scrums in terms of what they're allowed to do. Quick tap there by Josh Devlin. Hands it off. Can't find anyone to link up with Fowler, but they move it along, and here goes Jack Clark. Tackle around the neck. And Clark's not looking in a good state. And a yellow card given to Detroit Tamanui. He's going to sit in the naughty boys corner. And University have a big advantage now. Cappy puts boot to ball, tries to find some space. He has found some. McClelland sweeping back. And he'll spurt the ball back in the direction of University, but nonetheless, they've made some ground here, Uni. Devlin to throw it. Stolen from the line out, and he's the first one to chase and make the big tackle. It's lost. And well, Devlin cleaning up for the mistakes of others. And he'll get the chance again. Throws it in. Lost. And then lost forward by Morrinsville. So a scrum on the 15, which gives them a bit more of a stable platform, I should say, to work with. In the shunt comes from Morrinsville, but they do manage to hold the possession. Uni on the wraparound goes Casey Smith. Just needed to be patient. Haven't had too many opportunities, but they want to seize this one. Pick and go after pick and go, and Smith looks to use his backs now. Peters well, they're full of energy at the moment. Cappy puts the kick through. You'd expect a mark to be called. It does come by McClelland, and he taps, and that's a below average kick there by McClelland. Lobs the ball not too far from where he was. Devlin to throw it again, puts it in the air and taken away by Morrinsville. Had a strong line out all game. West with 100 on his back gets some more metres as well. So bit by bit edging them closer to the place that they've played most of the game so far. Devlin again, this time taken by University. Miller doesn't have to jump. Smith using the big fellas, well, as big as he can be in an 85 grade. Fowler that time. Gone backwards now. Governor. And Morrinsville Sports rip the possession straight away. Tom Vincent keeps going. He's played a blinder of the game today, Tom Vincent. The loss forward comes, and we have yet another scrum. This time on the halfway line. Bodies are down. People battered everywhere. Approaching the last 10 minutes of the game. Still 31 points to nil. Morrinsville Sports up very comfortably. And with that tumble, Vincent will call time on his day today. He comes off limping. And Porteous will go on. Crouch bind set as time gets underway. The big shunt. Well, it just doesn't take long for Morrinsville to get a head of steam up at scrum time. Smith linking up this time with Tapper. And an obstruction comes, and the position swiftly changed to the men in red and blue. West fires it into the 22, only just as Caleb Rollison puts his flag up. the young fella. And substitutions now starting to take place all over the show for Morrinsville Sports. Sam Andrew coming on as Nate Tuira will come off. Still, of course, a man down Morrinsville Sports with Detroit Tamanui off. Quickly taken the line out in the maul. Well, we've seen a try from a similar place from a maul, Morrinsville Sports, in this game, in this half, in fact. Dowell can't rip it out of there, and so we'll have a scrum turnover. An area dominated by Morrinsville Sports. They're on the defensive here, but rumble that scrum through, put some acid on this university team. Advantage. The arms out by Liam Hines. Quick chip kick through. They may well end up with a ball. They won't. And coming back for the offside penalty against Morrinsville. Safely into touch. Devlin to throw it. Does so quickly and goes to Zach Miller. Well, it's a way to disrupt that defensive line out from Morrinsville Sports. They get set early and throw it. They'll keep the ball. Will Varsity on the ground they are. Cappy put a few kicks in today. Shane Cappy running through a few people. Gary Mills playing outstanding today, but he's been on the end of a few well-worked tries from the team. Kick going through by McClelland. Marked by Peters. And advantage is out yet again by the referee. It's time for a free kick, not 10. And Zach Miller puts his feet into those. Casey Smith, quick to tackle is Shannon Marker, and it's a forward pass as well. Well, he's come on and made an immediate impact. Shannon Marker. Time will be off as well. More substitutions coming for Morrinsville Sports. Lockie McWilliam. He'll come on. After the yellow card of Detroit Tamanui, he will remain on the sideline as McWilliam shifts into the back line. Well, Dowell puts it in with a bit of help from this flanker. He's shielded Kieran Carl, working to help his halfback out, and, well, more handling areas from Morrinsville. Slippery field. Casey Smith to throw. Well, unfortunately for University, they don't have many subs to work with. as opposed to the stacked bench of Morrinsville Sports. And Ash Townsend finds some space. McWilliam with the ball, holds on to it. Has to take it to ground. Linking up well was Ash Townsend. McWilliam on the wing, comes on and gets the pill straight away. Looking to play safely here, Morrinsville. We know they've got a good line out, a good scrum. So options in abundance. Arnold Atkinson. Going to the back. And the maul is what they want to mount as well. Stationary now. Looking a little bit lateral if they can link up. Finally down to ground, the ball is available. Dowell flings it wide to Kieran Carl, and the arm is in the air. Well, the pressure came. First it was the break by Ash Townsend, off to McWilliam, and now the line out sets. And Kieran Carl, a man who's played all his junior rugby for Morrinsville Sports, all through the reps, under 11s and under 12s and all. And he gets a try in the corner of his home paddock, edging the score now to 36 points to nil with the kick to come. Of course, the wet and forget replay giving us a good look at the dot down by Kieran Carl in the corner. Not long to go in this second half and subsequently the match here in Morrinsville. Gary Mills to kick. Doesn't get too high off the ground. A lot of kicks from out wide for the skipper. But the score stays the same at 36 points to nil. New player on the field, Lucas MacGyver, loses the ball forward. Last remaining minutes in the game see Morrinsville Sports win the tight head. McWilliam gets his second touch, spirals out of one, taken down by Varbeek. On the deck goes Lucas MacGyver. Almost a turnover forced by Jacob Williams. And a bit of agony on the ground now, shifting it wide in Morrinsville. McClelland, 35 odd metres out. Looking for quick ball. Morrinsville, they get the arm out, not getting quick enough ball, says the referee. So in agreement there. Gary Mills, can he get a hat trick? I tell you what, he can help someone get a try. And the right-hand side of the field, in the corner go Morrinsville again. And the breakaway. Look on the wet and forget replay. Morrinsville Sports just extending this big lead they have. And Gary Mills, yet again, a part of the play. The skipper, this time he'll get a try assist. Gary Mills approaching the ball, doesn't have a tee, manages to get it high but not higher than the crossbar, and that will see Morrinsville Sports win the match as well. 41 points to nil here at Campbell Park in Morrinsville. The home side Morrinsville Sports take it over Waikato University in this Waikato Rugby under 85 kg game.
Good game, boys.
Well, a frustrating game today, eh?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was a bloody hard yakker out there. Morrinsville always put on a good shift for us, but it's cool to come out, and probably for us, like we battled all the season with low numbers, but the boys turned out today, and yeah, it was probably one of the best games of footy we've played. Secured the ball and ran hard, so yeah, pretty pleased with the effort the boys put in despite the big scoreboard, eh?
And a good amount of support in the grandstand for you today as well.
Yeah, big, eh? The family turned out, and the missus' family as well, so it's pretty cool. Mum and Dad came over to Whangamatata, watched me play, eh? So it's pretty proud, and heaps of the other varsity boys' families came, and yeah, just pretty pumped with the turnout.
Good stuff, thanks.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Well, you must be pretty pleased with your team's performance, but as well as your performance today, you've been everywhere.
Oh, mate, missed a lot of kicks, eh? But no, you're pretty happy with the boys. Came out, did what we needed to do. Yeah, so yeah, good on them.
And what were the strengths?
We've always had a good back three. Our wingers make good meters whenever we get the ball out to them, and yeah, I suppose once they start daring up out there, we crash back into the middle, so pretty happy.
And moving into the playoffs, how's the feel?
Yeah, good. Hopefully Melville can drop a point somewhere, so we'll go in at number one, but we'll back ourselves playing from anywhere, and hopefully we can defend our title.
Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers.
Is it a video or a picture?
Yeah. It's an awkward moment, that's what it is.
We're here with the 100 Club, and we're going to chat to the man who is the cleanest of the day. So what's your excuse?
Too many pies, not enough fitness.
And there's a special club, this, isn't it? 100 games. So what's the commitment like within the team to be able to have this many players in the 100 Club?
Especially this grade, we only play 12, 14 games a season, so it actually takes about 6-7 seasons to actually get to your 100. And a lot of us are all pushing 40, some of us pushing 40s, others are 30s. So it's just a great team environment, keeps bringing the boys back all the time.
So you'll be wearing the purple shorts soon with the golden oldies for sure. When is retirement?
Wednesday I've got shoulder surgery, possibly then.
You boys?
I've still got 5 more years.
Be right.
When I get too sore. Yeah, I'll just keep going.
Yeah, I'm just about done. Pretty close.
Well, congratulations lads on 100 for all of you.